Good evening, everybody, and welcome back inside historic Keyworth Stadium, where tonight Detroit City FC looks to bounce back after a disappointing result last weekend. Alongside my broadcast partner, John Krieger, my name is Neil Rule. Happy to have you along on our Google Fi broadcast. And John, talking about that, it was a disappointing result last weekend for Detroit City FC. They need to start better. That's the bottom line.
They got to come out of the traps. They've been slow to get the ball moving. They've been slow to get chances and through midfield. It needs to be better. They've allowed their last two opponents here at Keyworth to score inside the first 13 minutes. That can't happen against the league's leading team tonight.
Absolutely. They are the league leader in Midwest United. Detroit City FC trailing them by 4 points. Mathematically, you need a result. Realistically, you need 3 points. And to do that, you have to control Stephanie Stitch Curry.
All she's done in the last, 2 years here at Keyworth is score 5 goals in last year's Women's Showcase. And this year, in 6 matches played, she's got 8 goals. She's going to be a force tonight. Expect City to mark her all the way through and try to stop Curry from putting the ball in the back of the net.
She's a big-time player at the University of Toledo. She will command a lot of attention. So will this matchup here tonight. La Rouge and Midwest United, the top of the table, in focus here this evening. When we come back, we will get to the starting 11s, and, of course, we will kick it coming up next.
Chevy is America's fastest growing full-line brand, and people are taking it everywhere. Taking Trailblazer outdoors, confidently taking on new places with Equinox, and taking on more with Silverado. Whatever you do, there's a perfect Chevy to take you anywhere. Find your perfect Chevy. GM employees with a current eligible Chevy lease can get this Blazer for $219 a month. Chevrolet, the best-selling family of SUVs in Metro Detroit. Chevy drives the Motor City. Visit ChevyDetroit.com.
The highways and the throughways try to map you, baby. I got your back.
To the rest of the world, Detroit is where they build cars. But to your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers and everyone who proudly call themselves Detroiters, it goes way beyond that.
I got your back.
Detroit may be known for building cars, but together, we all built Detroit.
We are one when we get going.
Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City.
Detroit City FC Soccer is presented by Google Fi, a different kind of phone plan. By your Metro Detroit Chevy dealer. Chevy drives the Motor City. And by Ally. Start saving for what matters to you at Ally.com. Back here inside historic Keyworth Stadium, almost ready to rock. Midwest United, Detroit City FC, a huge matchup. As far as the UWS standings are concerned, let's check out the starting 11s. Of course, they are brought to you tonight by DMC, the official sports medicine provider of Detroit City FC. And John, as we look out there on the pitch for Sam Pirani, a change in the keeper spot.
Gabby Schreiber coming in. She replaces Becca Prisbello. And the other of note change is that Ami Yamaguchi is going to be up front for City tonight. We saw that she was really the straw that stirred the drink in the last 30 minutes against Corktown a week ago. She's going to be trying to put the ball in the back of the net tonight.
On the other side now for Midwest United FC, coming in with a 5-0-1 mark. They are at the top of the standings right now. Last up, a 4-2 win at Corktown on Wednesday. And we talked about Stitch Curry, certainly. They're strong in the keeper spot as well. Maya Perez, the goalkeeper at Hartford, she was 8th in program history in saves, 7th in wins. She led America East in save percentage. As any good team seems to be the case with John. They're strong at the keeper spot.
They are indeed. She anchors the back line well. You know what else is scary about this Midwest United club? The amount of different players that have scored goals. In their 18 tonight, 11 different Midwest United players have put the ball in the back of the net. You compare that with City's 18, there are only 6 goal scorers. There are a lot of options for Midwest United, and Lewis Robinson's club comes in here deserving leaders at the top of the table. City with a hill to climb to try to control their own destiny again.
Today, of course, is Juneteenth Day. Detroit City FC taking part in year-round initiative to support the black community and full range of diversity within our region, including collaborating on programming and initiatives to advance the Metro Detroit Black Business Alliance goals to help black businesses access capital, back office support, and public policy advocacy. You can learn more at debtcityfc.com, and there are the Juneteenth T-shirts that the squad wore in warm-ups here today, and certainly something, John, June, we have a lot certainly going on with the Pride Raiser Juneteenth as well. I love it. I'm here for it. Let's push all these initiatives forward.
That's exactly what needs to happen. This also comes the week that the United States Congress and President Biden approved legislation to make Juneteenth a federal holiday. You cannot move forward as a nation without acknowledging your past. Juneteenth is part of that. It is part of something that we need to embrace as a nation. Well done to City's ownership for embracing these initiatives. It is another step forward. It began for me here with City a year ago when Detroit City's men's team declined to play in the wake of the death of George Floyd. The Black Lives Matter campaign with the warm-up shirts then, the Juneteenth warm-up shirts now, all great things for City.
The whistle sounds and we are underway. Neil Rule, John Krieger with you. Appreciate you watching all over the state of Michigan on television, YouTube, anywhere in the world as well. Welcome on in to our Google Fi broadcast. As the smoke already pouring out of the Northern Guard supporter section in support of the Juneteenth holiday. And John, and certainly we were talking about it in the open. I mean, I just keep going back to it. You look at the table, a result here, mathematically necessary. Realistically, 3 points probably necessary as well if you have any, I guess you would say, pretense notions of catching Midwest United FC.
And that's big because the top seed in the conference get the chance to potentially host a playoff matchup, and that's something City will want. You won't want to have to go on the road to try to win the Midwest and Great Lakes Conference. So you've got a situation here where you play Midwest United twice in 3 weeks. You trail by 4 points. By my math, that means you want to get 2 wins. It starts with a better first 15 tonight here for City.
Kenna White the target early on as that ball goes over the line. This portion of tonight's Watch City broadcast brought to you by DMC, the official sports medicine provider of Detroit City FC. As that ball comes loose at the top of the 18, it's played out, and a throw-in coming up for Detroit City. DCFC coming off that 2-1 loss to Corktown here. They will play at Indiana Elite next Saturday at 4 p.m.
The other big key is that City have to start playing like a home team at home. You take a look at the scoring math, and our production team pointed this out during the Corktown match. City's been outscored and doubled up by their opponents here at Fortress Keyworth. You've got to win your home points. And City right now, especially with the slow starts out of the traps that have allowed their opponents to get leads and then consolidate them, actually trail on the score sheet in their own home matches. That can't happen anymore. They've got to come out better tonight.
That ball battled for, won by Kenna White. Now it's one out to the right side. Aaliyah Frederick with it. Frederick makes her move, heavy on the touch. And the ball's played away from her. It will come back to Ashley Zugay. And John, already 2.5 minutes into this match, liking what I'm seeing so far, and certainly liking what I'm seeing a lot more than how they started against Corktown.
Much better movement without the ball.
The pass was threaded ahead, looking for Madison Duncan.
And I'll continue on that. That's been the difference in the first 5 minutes here. For the first 10, 12, 13 minutes in each of their last 2 home matches, City got caught watching the paint dry. Somebody would go forward and they'd make a run, and it would be 1v3 on defenders. What I'm seeing now is more what you're used to seeing from a San Peroni club. 2, 3, 4 players coming forward. And when one player has the ball, The other three are moving without it to give them options that force defenders to respect the movement, and that's a much better look.
And that ball thrown in to Mami Yamaguchi, who, John, I mean, let's be real, probably is allowing for some of this to happen. You see a second marker shading her way pretty much at all times.
Yeah, and you know what the thing is? She's so cerebral. She's such a thinking player's player. And because of that, we saw that against Corktown when she came in for the super sub. It's also telling, by the way, that she made the starting 11, because Samperani has told us he's not quite sure she has the legs to go 90. So this is him playing a really big card really early in the match. I wouldn't be surprised to see her subbed. Hopefully she's subbed with a lead.
Mami Yamaguchi, with international Japanese experience, scored 8 goals for the Japanese national team in 18 matches played. Played her college soccer at Florida State. Her number was retired at Florida State. I could hard stop right there. Her number was retired, so that tells you all you need to know about her college career. But she won, in essence, the college soccer version of the Heisman Trophy, the top female player in the nation. That's the Herman Trophy. She led the country in points and was second in goals. That's it. So that's all you need to know.
And that's her U.S.-based stuff. You talk about the fact that she's worked with the Japanese national team. Remember, that was a Japanese national team that at the time was coming off of a World Cup final appearance against the United States. Competition to get into that 18 was fierce, and she was considered worthy enough to put on that shirt. That tells you all that you need to know about her ability to play at the international level, that she could make that side at that time.
Midwest United FC with their first possession really of the evening so far, and that was Stitch Curry, the target, as she goes down to the turf. And John mentioned it in the open. She loves Keyworth. She scores a ton of goals here. That showcase tournament they had last summer, she was the star, no question about it. A couple goals last week against Corktown as well.
And Stitch had the game-winning goal in the Keyworth Showcase against DCFC last year. Also absolutely torched Livonia City, who they played in the first leg of that showcase.
Service sent in, and coming off the line and making the grab is Gabby Schreiber. Her first test of the evening so far.
Interesting in looking at the formation, Neil, for Midwest United. It is technically a 3-5-2. What it is looking like, though, is a 3-2-3-2. They have 5 midfielders, but 2 are sitting in front of the back 3 right now. And the 2 sitting in front of the back 3 allow a front 5 to spread and open space for Stitch Curry to try to beat her marker.
That ball chipped up towards the back post, and it was just out of the reach of Melanie Forbes. Melanie Forbes coming in hot. She had the penalty goal last week against Corktown. A couple goals before that as well. There's a goal kick coming up from Maya Perez, who had a 0.95 goals against average last year, playing collegiately for Hartford. One of the best to ever do it for that program.
Another player I'm watching tonight for City, frankly, is look at the way Stitch Curry is in here and trying to make Schreiber play the back pass. That's just a heads-up challenge from her. Early going, shows you the kind of thinking game she plays.
That flag comes up, much to the chagrin of the Northern Guard supporters showing out here on a Saturday night. The head official, Alexander Plum. Samuel Pizamente is the first assistant. Jared Brzezinski is the third assistant. Tyler Gregory, the fourth assistant. And there is Sam Pirani in his second season. 4-time All-American as a player at Madonna. Played professionally for the Cincinnati Riverhawks of the A-League.
The other player I'm really watching to have a better match tonight is Kenna White. She was stymied a little bit against Corktown. Didn't really get open. Didn't get the service she needed. She's dangerous, but she hasn't been as potent in the last couple of matches for City. And if she can get something going, the team of her and Mami Yamaguchi is a very good one, with Melanie Forbes in behind.
Avery Lockwood, the captain for Midwest United, with some good control there in the midfield, will send it back. Lockwood plays her college soccer at Indiana University. She's on the Big Ten All-Freshman team back in 2019. This is a high-quality Midwest United FC side. That ball threaded through, and that was just out of the reach of Marty Corby. You want to talk about accomplished college players. Marty Corby from Midwest United FC, a 4-time NCAA Division II All-American, 2-time National Division II Player of the Year, won 3 consecutive national championships. That's about as dominant as you can be at any level.
And you know what? Anytime you put All-American next to your name,
four-time
All-American.
All-American.
You deserve respect. But the reason that she is a 4-time All-American, Neil, watch her tonight. If you look at wider shots, watch the way she's constantly picking at defenders. She's always going to take that extra step. She'll be right on the defender's shoulder. She'll sit there and she'll just poke and prod and continue to ask questions. She never stops moving. And she has a very good partnership with Stitch Curry.
That is a formidable attack line from Midwest United FC and their coach Lewis Robinson, who's also the head coach at Aquinas College. Here comes Mami Yamaguchi. Inside the 18, hesitation move, grab. Her cross is cut out. Well, Yamaguchi with the stutter step that Barry Sanders would have approved.
Really good cut out there by the center back for Midwest United. Nice read of the cross. So often defenders miss that and allow it to go through.
You just got a dose of the electricity she can bring to the match at any given time. Throw-in coming up here for Midwest United FC. They will play at the Chicago Kicks next Sunday.
I'd like to see a matchup of how they do against the Chicago Mustangs.
And that ball is headed up and over the bar. And lost out of all that, when you look over the cross-divisional play, that Chicago Mustangs team that we didn't know a heck of a lot about that came in here to Keyworth, well, you know about them now. If you've looked at the standings, they have ran through everybody they've faced. Last I looked, they had surrendered 2 goals, and there's Mami Yamaguchi. And that was very close right there to a grab inside the 18. They have rolled through everyone. Last I looked, the goal differential was 21-2.
That's plus 19 in 6 matches played. Yeah, that'll work.
That'll work. Yeah, that'll do. And they have been a force. So that's a bit of an unfortunate break for DCFC that's the way the scheduling shook out. But, hey, man, we know the story going in here today.
I mean, no excuses. You got to win your matches, but it isn't fair. I mean, with all due respect, your crossover team happened to be the best team in the
maybe
division.
In the nation.
Maybe in the nation, and that's who you played. You know, I'm sure City would have relished the opportunity to play just about anybody else.
Throw-in coming up now for Midwest United FC. Matea Diekema tosses it in. It's her college soccer at Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. Had a goal as a freshman against Southeast Missouri last year during her season. That ball taken away. Curry makes a run on the left side. Curry the target, collects it. Curry the shot, that's blocked. Curry gets it back. Chip it up inside the 18. Still loose, dangerous for Detroit City. That ball spent a lot of time in the 18.
Stitch Curry trying to make something happen. Great strip. And this is not what you like to see. Mami Yamaguchi controlling the ball outside her own 18 is not where you want to see Mami Yamaguchi having to track back.
And those are the little things, John, that sometimes as you watch the match, you don't really think about. It kind of comes and goes, but that tells you a lot where your top line is. And Mami Yamaguchi, you want her, just to break it down for everyone, John, you want her on the other side of the pitch where she collects the ball.
You know, I'll tell you what, one of the things that helped me more as a commentator than almost any other bit of advice I've ever gotten from a coach was Trevor James explaining his thoughts on the layers of a football side layout. He says that if you're going to win, and he told this in a conference call last year, if you're going to win, you need to have your defenders try to beat the other team's midfielders. Your midfielders try to beat the other team's forwards, and your forwards score your goals.
Speaking of that, that ball slotted ahead, scooped up by Shriver.
So if you take that, Neil, and you have your defenders try to beat midfielders, midfielders try to beat forwards and go forward, okay, with Mami Yamaguchi, who's a forward, tracking all the way back, that means there's several layers she's got to go through to try to do anything with the ball. That's too condensed. And that tells me, and that is a surefire indicator, that right now Midwest United has control of midfield.
Oh, and the flag is up on the near sideline. And, of course, I don't have the official's angle. But from up here, it looked close.
It was tight.
But that's not my job. There is Lewis Robinson, this Midwest United FC program. You talk about resumes, they have put one together. If there's a championship and Lewis Robinson's involved, chances are Lewis Robinson's going to walk out of there with that championship. I'm just going off the math.
Several youth national championships.
Heavy touch, that ball goes over the line.
Also worth noting, and I don't get lost in the minutia of the coaching licenses, but I'll say this. He's someone that holds an English FA Level 1 license, all right? The coaching courses put on by the English FA are some of the most stringent and difficult in the world in terms of getting your badges. And so if you are a Level 1 coach and you are certified that way by the English FA, you have had to prove yourself as having a pretty good technical knowledge of the game and how to manage players and how to coach them technically. He comes over, he's a Geordie, comes out of Newcastle.
And there you see the quality pressure from the attackers from Midwest United.
High press. Look at that strip.
And it bears fruit. Here's Lockwood. Curry, the target out wide left. Not a good angle as the ball goes over the line.
Yeah, that's an example of how good Stitch Curry is. When she first played the ball through, she was level with the D. She was in the middle. Dished it off, planted her right foot, and scored it out to the side to come in on a diagonal run to try to get return service. And all of a sudden, she's alone in space. Now, the pass wasn't on target, but that's dangerous.
And the flag is up. This time it did look the part, as far as that call was concerned.
So the verdict on the first 15 minutes goes back to the lyrics of the 60s British band Herman's Hermits. Second verse, same as the first, because we've seen City run and move with the ball, but now we've seen City go off the boil and really retreat and allow the high press of Midwest United to have the better looks, just like their starts against Chicago and Corktown.
That ball's free, shot deflected, and going down with the dive is Gabby Shriver to make the grab. But again, John, over the course of the last 3 to 4 minutes, this pitch certainly has tilted. Midwest United FC finding some footing.
Oh, Neil, it's not just tilted. It's a full-on Lombard Street incline from, this is one-way traffic. And what is somewhat disconcerting is the forwards' ability to absolutely strip City's midfielders and defenders of the ball. The high press is working. The high line is working. The center backs are forward. It has been a deserved controlled lead, or controlled better play, run of play for Midwest United.
Lisa Bayron will go back with it.
Look at Stitch Curry cutting off an angle, and they're going to get out of this with a foul, but and now they will have to retake the free kick. But Curry and Corby just sit there and dare you to pass the ball past them. Just sitting there playing a soft cover 2 and making you try to pass through them. They're trying to take away the ground game and force City to go over the top, which is not how City wants to play.
This time Kenna White tracks back, disrupts that possession for Midwest United. Rachel Philpotts, Horizon League first teamer for Milwaukee. Milwaukee won a match in the NCAA tournament against Elon. They squared off against the #1 ranked Florida State Seminoles. Did Milwaukee before they bowed out. Mitchell Philpotts has been an anchor of their success. '19th minute, no score. Our Watch City broadcast brought to you by Google Fi. Neil Rule, John Krieger with you. Happy to have you along on a Saturday night. The rain is gone. A little bit of a breeze, not much. Out of the east-northeast, about 6 to 8 miles per hour. Opening kick temperature was 71 degrees.
Perfect night for soccer here at Keyworth. Stitch, look at the control by Curry.
Here's Lockwood with some space. Pass finds its mark. The give, the go, doesn't connect. And at the top of the D. And here comes Detroit City FC as Yamaguchi will peel back.
And again, Mommy tracking back her own half of the field. And there's that ball over the top. That ball right there is exactly what Midwest United wants to force City to do all night. They're trying to cut off the angles of the ground game through midfield, trying to reduce the attack to trying to go over the top because City's players aren't used to controlling the ball like that. They want to play on the ground. Sam Perroni wants to play possession football, not hoof and hope.
Midwest United again with some space in the middle. As that time Anna Bennett was cut off. Anna Bennett, very talented college player as well. Led Indiana University in points last year as a freshman. Her first career college goal was a game winner against Wisconsin. That's high-level stuff, John. As a freshman.
Anytime you go in, get the win against the Badgers, that's a quality program. Look at this. 6 players already forward of the ball for Midwest United. Several options to pass.
And John, we talked about Curry in the open, but I'll tell you what, Avery Lockwood has been a factor, certainly over the last 10 minutes. That ball pinged in. Curry sends it far post, a little too much mustard on the hot dog as that ball goes over the line. But in the middle, John, the captain, Avery Lockwood, has been a problem.
Look at the movement. Once you take possession, Curry, little touch. Whoops, 3 players on the ball, 3 options on the cross. And all of a sudden, you've got several different things to defend. You keep doing that, eventually that's going to find somebody unmarked, and it's going to lead to a goal. Stitch Curry with a little side foot pass, and it led to 3 players in attack in about 2.5 seconds.
City with the throw in the corner. And Lockwood jabs that one out to her right, and that ball sent ahead. And this pass will connect to Otto. Otto ahead, and she finishes. Ellie Otto gives Midwest United FC the 1-0 lead. And Otto, a big-time player, was committed to Mississippi State University, where she will go in 2021, comes through. And John, you talked about it, Detroit City FC stretched thin, and they were stretched thin one more time.
You have to recognize so many different attacking options, and then all of a sudden you get one sniff at possession, turn the ball over, and Otto was 1v1 against a marker, stayed on side, and a beautiful through ball through, and it's in the back of the net. And that's the thing. That's the dangerous thing about this Midwest United side, Neil. So far tonight, you and I have mentioned the following names: Lockwood, Corby, Curry. Those were the big 3 we were thinking about. Who scores the first goal? Number 4 on the depth chart in terms of who you're looking for to score. That's where we talked about the fact that 11 of Midwest United's 18 can put the ball in the back of the net. And that's El Otto's first of the season. She becomes the 12th scorer for Midwest United in league play.
And just to give everybody a taste, too, Eliotto is not your typical 4th option. She was a top 10 goal scorer in the nation for the USA U16 and U17 developmental academy teams. Top 10 in the nation.
Think
as a
about
16
that.
and 17-year-old. Who's
That's-
going to college next year.
And we hadn't even had a chance to say her name yet until she puts the ball in the back of the net. That's how good this Midwest United team is.
Shriver comes off the line to make the grab. We'll see how Sam Pirani and DCFC react to being down 1-0. Ball chipped ahead towards Kenna White.
She's got to do a better job of controlling the ball. A lot of high bounces, a lot of control off the chest. Opens yourself, makes you vulnerable to someone pressuring you.
So once again, City find themselves behind here at home.
This time it took 25 minutes or 23 minutes, but still, it adds to City being outscored at Keyworth this year.
I'll say Mami Yamaguchi played that one over the line. She disagrees. Yamaguchi played in the UEFA Champions Cup final during her time in Sweden. There's a goal this year for Detroit City FC, looking for another one. Trying to get this thing level. Go back to work. Aaliyah Frederick sends it through. That left-footed shot right on frame, but Perez standing right there as Forbes, I don't think could quite get the bend on it she wanted.
Good strike. You're right, the bend wasn't there, but I like the movement by Forbes to at least get into space.
Left foot blast there by Forbes. Also plays her college soccer at Indiana. Had 2 goals and a win over Iowa last year. A rare mistake there from Curry. Couldn't get everything she wanted on her pass attempt. See if City can take advantage. Slotted ball ahead. Kenna White on the run. Yamaguchi up with her. Kenna White hesitates. Now makes her move. Her shot is blocked. It comes free and put on frame by Bree Rogers. Perez on the spot to make the grab.
Ball came at Bree, and she looked almost surprised that it got to her. Didn't really have a time to set her foot and strike it true. Goes right at the keeper. Kenna White, a nice job to try and get into space to shoot, and then all of a sudden it rebounds to Rogers, and she can't strike it cleanly.
Diekema did well to block that shot.
Look at the physical play there to open that up.
Bennett wins the ball. Leah Frederick will retreat with it. Bang it out towards midfield. Owen coming up for City. Kenna White wearing that captain's armband will toss it in.
Well done by Canada. Again, about 15 yards of real estate on that throw-in.
Yamaguchi, the target, and that will be out of her reach. This portion of our Watch City broadcast brought to you by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Tonight's Chevy Dealer Youth Club of the Match is DCFC Youth West U9 Girls Maroon Team, coached by Megan Miles. MSDSL Division champs for the fall 2020 and spring 2021 seasons, and recent Canton Cup champions as well. And there is a look at the Youth West U9 Girls Maroon Team. Good work.
You know, Neil, you and I talked about last week's youth team of the match being a Canton Cup finalist and how special that tournament was to get to the final. How about being a Canton Cup champion? That is a meat grinder of a tournament. Anytime you lift the hardware in that tournament, you have done well. 3 days of absolute crunch. A lot of soccer matches. Not always on the best fields. You got to adapt to circumstances. Well done to them.
Tugay with the control. That ball winged out to the left side. We haven't seen City really move up the left a lot. Now City with an opportunity, but again, that final pass, John, cut out.
Look out. Curry forward, and she's got a runner with her. That's a nice challenge from behind. Frederick with that won't show up in the stat sheet, but Alia Frederick may have saved a through ball in on goal there with a little chip of the foot from behind.
Frederick plays for Eastern Michigan University. In 2019, started 21 matches, played 2,000 minutes in the season. Ball sent up ahead. Turning, dropping it off just out of the reach of Yamaguchi. But City will still control, turn in a shot, and what a stop made by Perez as Melanie Forbes made a bid.
Neil, I thought that had no way of getting unframed. When she struck that, I thought that was going over the bar and over the Keyworth wall.
See, I thought that was going in, and I'm stunned that Perez grabbed it.
And she bent that down. That is a heck of a strike by Melanie Forbes. First off, way to keep moving and not let the play die. And then she comes in and takes a strike in on goal. Forbes, one touch.
Oh man, that would have been the goal of the year. Would have been the goal of the year.
Would have been a worldie. Would have beaten Marley Taylor's volley in the first match here against Muskegon Risers. Wow. Challenge her. Get out. There we go. That's a nice help side coming in there and dispossessing.
Maya Dean nearly had a move. Good quality service in. Bria Schrotenborough as well. Transferred from Michigan State to Duke, where she will play next year. Also played for the U19 national team. High quality player, and that ball sent ahead. Madison Duncan on the end of it.
Foul. Oh.
Official says play on.
Wow.
Look at Frederick all the way up. Towards the back post, Yamaguchi the target. Heads it down, the flag is up.
Good call by the assistant.
He's been busy with that flag.
He has. But you know what? The fact that he's busy with that flag is a plus sign for City. I want them on the shoulder of the defender. Trying to force something. Trying to force the defense back. Make Midwest United play with fire and then beat the offside trap.
Folks, remember, tickets are available, though I don't know for how much longer, as the ball sent ahead, and Fredericks will play it back. Detroit City FC in the championship match on the men's side. That's coming up. And that season, the NISA spring season, coming down to crunch time as that flag is up one more time. Go to DebtCityFC.com. Get in here. I'm telling you, this place will be electric over the 4th of July holiday. There is no question about that.
You know, I can't wait, Neil, I got to be honest, because that's a match that will be broadcast by our partners at BN Sports. And I'm going to be here at Keyworth as a fan. That will be a fun night to be here and celebrate soccer and hopefully cheer on Detroit City FC to another piece of silverware for the City Clubhouse. We're going to have to build some more shelves.
We'll have to look into maybe alternate arrangements for the shelving. I don't know. Maybe get some composite shelving or something. I don't know. Already the price of timber is really high, so you got that strike going against you. Plus you need something a little bit stronger probably.
I mean, to be honest, Neil, at this point it's going to be reinforced iron.
Right.
Some steel. You know, repurpose some steel. That's the strength you need. I mean, by my math, every single trophy that NISA has created so far that Detroit City's been eligible to win, they've gone ahead and won.
Right.
So, I mean, the odds are there. So, come on out on July 3rd. Tickets available at DebtCityFC.com.
It's like the cheap purple properties in Monopoly, John. I always have them. Always. That's how I make my business in the game of Monopoly.
Listen, $250 with a hotel rent on Mediterranean Avenue and $450 for Baltic.
It's the key to wealth in that game, man.
It is, man. Listen,
Everyone always wants Boardwalk and Park Place and the hotels on there. No, that's not the way to do it.
Listen,
Mediterranean Avenue, people.
control that first stretch of Baltic, Mediterranean, Vermont, Oriental, and I believe it's Connecticut. And you're gonna win. You're gonna win the game.
Throw-in coming up for Detroit City FC. But, John, I will say this. It looks like DCFC has stepped up after conceding the goal. They've had much more control of the possession, much more quality, I guess you would say, too, in that final third.
This is good service, but too far. Yes, I like the way that City's come forward. What they need to do, and so that they've started to come forward, that's the good thing. What they need to do while they're coming forward is still have a better first touch of the ball.
That ball headed on frame, and the stop is made by Perez. Boy, Bree Rogers just couldn't quite get enough of it.
She has very silently been one of the better players on the pitch tonight for Detroit City FC. Moving without the ball, getting in position, being on the other end of possible service, buzzing around the net. Ten minutes to go here before halftime, Neil. I like the way City are pushing forward. There is a sense of urgency about them. They're a little disjointed in midfield, but that's because they're having to respect the front three from Midwest United. It's not often that their opponents have a potent front three across that are all threats.
And service into the box. Schreiber, great anticipation. Never a doubt what she was going to do.
That's a good ball.
Flag
Onside,
will be up. Yeah. Saw that one out of the corner of my eye. She was anticipating that pass to be sent ahead maybe a little bit earlier. Melanie Forbes has been a goal-scoring machine for Detroit City FC.
That having been said, though, Neil, I'll take on any number of offside violations if it also involves you beating the offside trap and scoring a goal. City's gone and embraced a much more aerial game here. If you're going to do that, you need to have two things happen. One, people forward to win the ball. Two, people complementing the people forward trying to win the ball aerially. So when they play it down out of that aerial challenge, it's played down to someone.
Right?
Yes.
The secondary possession. That's what tells the tale.
It's going to require a lot more movement without the ball.
Throwing now for Midwest United FC. And we'll do it again. Northern Guard in fine form as they always are. Ball sent into the box, right-footed shot, and the stop is made by Schreiber. She got just enough of it to keep that second goal off the board.
Those balls back across the body where you have to go down to make the save, those are some of the toughest balls for a keeper. And Schreiber thought she clearly got a piece of it. She wasn't happy that a corner was given, but clearly got a piece of it. Look at that ball across the body, had to reach back.
Oh, if she doesn't get a piece of it, it's 2-0.
Oh, wow. That is a fingertip save.
Corner sent in. That's over top of the frame. City able to survive that attack. Midwest United.
I like the swagger I'm seeing out of Schreiber. It's the first time I've seen her play.
And John, you can tell when I talked about the confidence she showed to come out and cut that ball off to make the catch. When a keeper maybe isn't necessarily all the way comfortable in the surroundings yet, being out there on the pitch, sits back, will hem and haw on the decision. She knew right away, and that shows you the level of engagement.
Reminds me of Pena, who used to be who was one of the keepers for City during their regional championship year. Very active in her crease, very confident in her area.
Corby sent that shot over top of the bar. 4-time Division II All-American. I don't know that I've gotten to say that a lot in my broadcasting career. 4-time All-American. This portion of tonight's broadcast brought to you by DCFC's official financial services partner, Ally. Start saving for what matters to you at Ally.com.
Thought it was really outstanding that Ally worked with Detroit City FC. This year's Pride shirt that's currently available in the city merchandise sense here. Ally helping make sure that every dollar of every shirt purchase of this year's DCFC Pride shirt will be going to Ruth Ellis Center. And I don't think there's a more fitting sponsor logo on the side of a Pride shirt than the word Ally. So well done to them.
Make sure to stick around at halftime. We'll get another look at our Pride Raiser feature. Speaking of the Ruth Ellis Center, I encourage everybody to watch it. Frederick with it, tried to thread it through. I echo a lot of the sentiments with what Ruth Ellis Center was trying to do with their involvement in everything. Like I said last week, John, like I knew, I just didn't know. And now I know, if you follow that at all.
I do, and that's the important thing. You know, I'll be honest.
No, 1,000,000% it is. It's the only important. It is the most important thing. People have to know, man. They have to.
You know, and I'll be real honest about it. I grew up in a suburb. I grew up in Plymouth that at the time was very white and very straight-laced, and I didn't meet someone who identified as gay until I was 17 years old. That didn't mean that there weren't gay people in my life, but it wasn't a safe space for them to come out.
Right.
Now take that and put that in the mind of a young person that comes out to their parents, comes out to their family, embraces their true selves, and their family says, we don't want you.
Right.
To be an ally, first you got to know, and then you got to act. And so, yeah, it hits different, and it is different. And the things that Ruth Ellis Center do and the Pride Raiser movement, they're special.
It's like I always say, John, life is hard enough already without making it harder for people, man.
Yep.
That's just the bottom line, dude, because you never know someone's story. You never know what's going on behind the scenes. And just be understanding, man. Be tolerant.
And you know what? What we have to have is something that we are in short supply of in this country right now, and that is empathy.
Right.
And
Yeah,
hopefully,
be empathetic.
walk that mile in somebody else's shoes.
Yeah. Ball sent up towards midfield. City looking to turn this thing around, trailing 1-0. Ball sent ahead. And that will be taken away by Anna Bennett. DCFC tosses it in. Bree Rogers. All GLIAC first teamer for Ferris State. That was the target. Stepping up, Grace Labadie. Played that one through the middle. Labadie, a big-time college player. 2 goals, 7 assists for Western Michigan in 2019. Started her career at Indiana. Yamaguchi gives chase. Now she'll run off. An attempted pass to Yamaguchi was cut away. Here comes Avery Lockwood again. Chips it up. Looking for Curry. Curry couldn't quite get on the end of it. Very nearly a magical connection for Midwest United.
Curry was stymied there. 2 markers condensed on her. That was a pretty good marking job by City. Three minutes to go here, but before halftime, I think the team talk is going to be more movement from City. They're moving the ball well, but they need to be a little better. They got away with a foul there, but Midwest United's going to keep possession.
Ball slotted through, and the target was Maya Dean. Just out of her reach.
Bowling Green product, a couple of goals for her this year.
Fourth minute.
I don't think sustained possession. There hasn't been much of that for City tonight. I think it's going to be a quick hit game for them. I know Sam Prani would like more of the ball. That hasn't been the case. I'm sure possession will be a point of emphasis, but the problem is the high press and the pressing without the ball for Midwest United is so effective.
A.G. Eli plays it up towards the middle of the pitch. Corby was the target. Midwest United, the 2v3 up front, sometimes 3v4 up front. They've done the job.
That front three so far forward, so well drilled. They move as a unit. It's tough to defend them.
Kenna White will send it back. We are in the 45th minute. Just been informed there'll be about 1 minute of stoppage time. There's been a lot of flow to this first half.
Good end-to-end game. City just hasn't been able to connect where it counted.
Frederick as well to receive. Plays it across. And here comes a counter now for Midwest United.
Two runners, watch out.
Labadie, service ahead, looking for Otto one more time.
Look at that bending cross service, though.
It's quality.
Neil, it just bends right into the path of the attacker. Didn't connect that time, but we've seen crosses like that all night.
So we are in that 1 minute of stoppage time. And that ball sent up ahead, looking again for Curry. And now, John, we're seeing Midwest United a little more direct.
Well, they've identified some passing lanes through the City back four. And Steph Curry and Stitch Curry clearly able to beat her marker. That'll be a foul from behind and might be a booking. Nope, just the foul.
Well, at the very least, though, this will afford Midwest United FC an opportunity and some service inside the 18. As there you see Kenna White cut into your screen and really cut through Diekema.
Four up front.
Well sent ahead.
That's a heck of a punch.
Punched away. The offside flag was up, however, and that will about do it for the first half of play. I would imagine when Shriver puts a boot to it, that'll be just about it. And there is the whistle. The first 45 minutes are down. Midwest United FC with an Ellie Otto goal back in the 23rd minute. The only scoring in the first half. Gabby Shriver has been really good here tonight for Detroit City FC. DCFC want to put some things together offensively. Try to climb back into this match. Of course, Midwest United FC at the top of the table. And we will take our first halftime break. We'll come back and get you the second half of action. Also a look at our Pride Raiser feature as well. All that, John Krieger's thoughts. And of course, we'll get you the second 45. 1-0 Midwest United FC with the lead. We'll be right back with more on your Google Fi broadcast.
Football is a big deal in this house. So when Maurice was injured, we immediately thought the worst. To see my baby lose his joy hurt.
The DMC, Rehabilitation Institute of Michigan, is here to help athletes get back in the game.
They're like family. It was a long road, but we made it back.
DMC, Rehabilitation Institute of Michigan, a community built on care.
DTE Energy customers can get their share of huge lifetime energy cost savings. How? By using our website. The Oslin's new programmable thermostat saved them a bundle. And their new efficient furnace earned them a hefty rebate. All over Michigan, people like the Oslins are saving. Why not you? There are always new ways to save at dteenergy.com/saveenergy. DTE Energy.
To play with that crest on your chest is something special, and it's something that they can never take for granted.
You know you have to represent a lot more when you put on the kit than if you're just putting on a kit for 22 guys versus 8,000 in the stadium.
We are a family, we're a football club.
The community is such a big piece of this.
I know that there's so many clubs all over the world, but Detroit City just touches a lot different.
She created, and Fleming was able to get the tap in. Steinwasser closes the door. It had to be all world to make the save, and all world he was.
As far as development, it's essential that we have a youth program.
You're talking about a culture. You're talking about trying to build something that is everlasting.
Detroit City is championship city. Come on. City on 3, 1, 2, 3.
One 1-0 Midwest United FC with the lead through the first 45 minutes of play. And as John and I talked about earlier during the broadcast, it is Pride Raiser Month in the month of June. Let's take a look at this feature and talk about all the great work the Ruth Ellis Center does for the LGBT community.
Detroit City fans are one of a kind, right? Every morning on a game day, you wake up to several tweets, and you know that you're not alone, right? And I think for a lot of guys, for a lot of players, even no matter where you're at, you lose sight of who you're playing for, and they have an incredible amount of passion for their team. But just for folks who don't really have a voice too, I think they do a great job of extending themselves to every community.
The collaboration with Detroit City Football Club, the Northern Guard supporters, and Pride Raiser has had a significant impact on the Ruth Ellis Center, and not just in terms of raising critical funding to support the programs of operations, but also connecting us with communities that may have never heard about Ruth Ellis Center, or communities who didn't necessarily understand the crisis of LGBTQ youth homelessness here in the U.S. Ruth Ellis Center was established just over 22 years ago, actually now. We now have 4 facilities spanning Detroit and Highland Park, which include a much larger drop-in center, a health and wellness center providing integrated primary and behavioral health care services.
To understand the folks that we serve, I think we have to understand what people don't have. And then the fear of having to come to your parents or the folks that are raising you and then pushing you out and kicking you out or being violent towards you. When support and love is broken from the mainstream, from the home, it's really difficult for people to find that and then find it consistently. And so Ruth Ellis is very serious about trying to support as much as possible.
For many young people at Ruth Ellis Center, they haven't necessarily engaged in sporting events in the same way that maybe their straight or heterosexual peers might. And so attending a Detroit City Football Club game is an awesome experience. That's really all I can say about it. But for the young people, I think it is probably more than they could have ever imagined. And that signals something to them. It signals that the world is bigger than maybe they anticipated, and that there are more people who are supporting them and their goals and their futures than they could have expected.
Sometimes our community, the Black and Brown LGBT youth, they dance to find some type of freedom, but they don't often dance publicly because sometimes it's not accepted. They were safe to be themselves. No one looked at them ridiculous, and their art that they did, it was embraced and it was beautiful. And for these youth who've worked so hard to be in a space and it felt like the world support them was just, I think it truly did change some of their lives.
For anyone who hasn't participated in Pride Raiser before, here's the basics. Pledge a dollar amount for every home game goal scored. And at the end of June, we're gonna multiply those goals scored by the dollar amount you pledge, and that will be your donation to Ruth Ellis Center. It's easy.
It's exciting. Again, it's a privilege. And yeah, it's always nice to feel that what you're doing on the field is more than just yourself and is more than just the immediacy of playing 90 minutes. So if we can affect change and we can spread awareness, those are things that I'm happy to align with.
As a player, it's always an incredible feeling to score a goal. And in the month of June, it will be even more special. Scoring and knowing that it will be in support of the Ruth Ellis Center.
Everybody's going to want to get a goal in June, maybe several too. So if we can really rack up the tally here in June, I think there's going to be a big party in Detroit for several reasons.
Great look at everything that goes on with the Pride Raiser campaign. Make sure that you get involved. Midwest United FC with a 1-0 lead. When we come back, we'll get John Krieger's thoughts and check out the highlights from the first 45. This is our Watch City broadcast brought to you by Google Fi.
Goodbye endless spam calls. Hello to a phone plan with built-in spam blocking. See you later, networks that are unsafe. Hello, built-in VPN. Now the networks I join are private. So long, hackers and trackers finding my personal information. Hello to a phone plan that keeps me safe and secure. Goodbye, everything you can't. Hello, Google Fi, a phone plan that can.
S3's actions speak much louder than words.
Others have been paying lip service or writing press releases.
We've engaged with our community with boots on the ground.
Always helping everyone we can.
S3 has always supported our communities. We have impacted more than 50 in our time.
We also bring people together in amazing ways.
We hire for talent and character.
And then we teach new skills and coach professional development.
50% of our leadership team are women.
30% of our leadership are from diverse backgrounds.
Who cares about this?
We care.
All around the world, from Lithuania to Cuba to the USA.
We celebrate diversity and human rights.
95% of our team were hired to do a job that they've never done before.
90% of them have grown into different roles than the one we hired them to do.
And 60% of us are military veterans, military spouses, and affiliates.
At S3, this is how we do business, and it works.
Are we for everyone? No. We've turned down business from companies whose principles don't align with ours.
We are a cutting-edge IT solutions corporation with a heart.
We're S3.
Thank you.
Midwest United FC with the 1-0 lead. What does DCFC have to do to get back into this? We'll talk about that with John Krieger when we come back. This is your Watch City broadcast brought to you by Google Fi.
DTE's natural gas is a lot more than just an energy source. It perks up your mornings and eases you into relaxed evenings. It works both hard and smart. It can help heal the body and transport the mind. And at the end of the day, cleaner, safe, affordable natural gas is there to do more than just dry your clothes. It's a warm hug waiting to happen. DTE.
To play with that crest on your chest is something special, and it's something that they can never take for granted.
You know you have to represent a lot more when you put on the kit than if you're just putting on a kit for 22 guys versus 8,000 in the stadium.
We are a family, we're a football club.
The community is such a big piece of this.
I know that there's so many clubs all over the world, but Detroit City just touches a lot different.
She created, and Fleming was able to get the tap in. Steinwasser closes the door. There had to be all world to make the save, and all world he was.
As far as development, it's essential that we have a youth program.
You're talking about a culture. You're talking about trying to build something that is everlasting.
Detroit City is championship city. Come on. See that? 3, 1, 2, 3, City.
Dinner is served here at Keyworth Stadium. 1-0 Midwest United FC with the lead over Detroit City. Welcome back into our Google Fi broadcast booth. My broadcast partner John Krieger. And John, what's it going to take for Detroit City FC to climb back into this one?
More of what we saw in the second half of the first half. First 20 minutes of this match, City looked out of sorts. They were not dealing with the press well. They didn't have any real sustained possession or ball movement. They found something from minutes 21 through about 45, and that is send 2 or 3 runners forward, play either the ball over the top or shoot a through ball through midfield, but have runners coming in from the wings to get it. If you can continue to do that, it's going to force some of the back line from Midwest United to go ahead and retreat a couple of steps. That's going to open up more play in midfield. So keep sending those runners forward, keep sending the through balls. You just have to have someone on the end of it that can put the ball in the back of the net.
Absolutely, and we've talked about that really all match long, that final pass, that final receive, just that final touch.
Well, that's been the thing that's plagued City for the last 3 matches. We've talked about it, and it's like it's a recording on repeat. 1 yard off, 1 step off. Melanie Forbes had a good strike. You had a situation where City had a couple of good shots on goal that were saved, but really, they've been about a half a yard off. If they can find that half a yard, they're going to go ahead and score.
Let's check out the highlights from the first 45 minutes of play. Detroit City FC had a very quality opening 10 to 12 minutes of this match. Midwest, however, would find their groove during the middle part of that first half. But we saw some spirited stops from Gabby Shriver. But in the end, Midwest United FC would connect here. Ellie Otto would finish things off. She made a beautiful run on a quality through ball. Elisa Bayron just couldn't quite shut it down, and Otto made no mistake. The Mississippi State 2021 commit would finish the job, but Gabby Shriver would keep DCFC in this thing. As we check out our upcoming schedule, is brought to you by Google Fi for Detroit City FC. John, we can see the finish line in sight. Some huge, not only a huge match here tonight, Another crack at Midwest United coming up on July 2nd. It'll be a sprint to the finish.
It is, and it's also why it's so vital that City at least get a point tonight to at least try and get and consolidate a spot in that top two. It would mean they wouldn't get a chance to host here if they finished in second place in their conference, but in the division. But you at least want to be able to go on toward postseason play, and then you've got to go out and do the business against your last two opponents.
Cotton candy sky here at Keyworth as everyone taking in the local fairness. And I'll tell you this, too. If you've never been to a Detroit City FC match, you know about the Northern Guard, you know about the atmosphere, but you know what I know about? The eats right there. The Schrodeck sausage, all of it, man. I'm here for all of it.
Listen, 3 food trucks tonight here at Keyworth Stadium. Amici's Pizza was here. Balkan House is here. You and I are a fan of the pregame Schrodecks.
Yep.
The Pepper Jack kielbasa is essential to quality commentating. And it's all part of the experience here at DCFC. You know what else I really enjoy when we talk about the experience here is that we have such a range in age of our fans. I know our crew has gotten shots of youngsters that are out here, babies in arms that are with their parents. This is truly a community club, and yes, we are only here for the sausage. But you've got a situation where City is truly building a community effort. And I thought the piece, I don't know if you saw it this week, the piece in the Detroit Free Press about the DCFC women's team and about how it really is a community-oriented effort that encompasses youth training as well and offers a pathway for young women to be able to have athletic idols and to be able to know that they can wear one badge all the way from their youth football up into the senior team as well.
Second half underway here at Keyworth. This portion of tonight's Watch City broadcast brought to you by Google Fi. We're proud to have Google Fi, our new official partner of Detroit City FC. Google Fi is a different kind of phone plan with simpler pricing and smarter coverage. Learn more at fi.google.com. Here comes Midwest United on the move towards the 18.
Google
City
Fi
will stand up and play that one out.
Neil, Google Fi special, I'll tell you what, a good friend of mine who is a Detroit City fan watching tonight from Singapore. I get to keep in touch with him because of Google Fi. So I'm thankful every day for their service.
Detroit City FC looking for a final service here. Get this thing level at 1. Neil Rule, John Krieger with you. Happy to have you along wherever you're watching all over the state of Michigan. And I do mean all over the state of Michigan when I say that. That ball will go up into the crowd. If you're up north right now, we got you covered. If you're out on the Lake Michigan side, we got you covered. Lansing, Detroit, of course. Good to have you along.
Neil, that last dispossession by Midwest United right there, that's City trying to get too cute with passes. Your passes have to have purpose. Don't try to feather a little ball. If you don't put a pace on your pass, Midwest United, the way they are built to press, will cut it out. They have the pace to be able to step into those passing lanes. You got to have a little bit of mustard on the hot dog.
Mami Yamaguchi connects, and here comes City. It's Kenna White into the box. The cross is played away. A quality opportunity for Detroit City FC is broken up.
What a play by Yamaguchi, and then the thread through from Kenna White trying to set up the service. They get the corner, but look at this. All of a sudden, Kenna White has some options, picks her head up late and tries to send it over. I would have liked to have seen her pick her head up just a little bit earlier to try to catch that runner, but nice, quick defense to attack from City.
Anna Bennett saved the day. Service in. Kenna White heads it wide of the frame.
Puts that into the best value in Detroit sports. The suites over there on that end of Keyworth Stadium.
Another corner coming up for DCFC.
Higher line on the corners for Midwest United. And now they move a marker back to the. Now they move a player back to the post.
And the mixing bowl is just that. Corner headed out wide to the right side.
Nice shot by Zuge to run that down, but then she lost possession.
Detroit City FC applying some pressure. DCFC no subs at the half. Mami Yamaguchi still out there. She started this match. It will be interesting to see what Samparani does. You see the earlier corner.
A little more intensity in the early going here in the second half for City.
You can feel it. You can absolutely feel it, too.
They know exactly what they need to do. This is a team playing with purpose. Still making some mistakes, but better intensity here.
Forbes plays it back. City looking to move. Grace Philpotts sent a cross in. That's cut out. But, John, you can see the effect, too, this pressure that City's putting on. That attacking line not quite as high for Midwest United as we've seen it during the course of the match.
No, they're sitting back, and City should take advantage of that nice ball in here.
That ball chipped up and over top of the frame. Melanie Forbes gave another one a go with a left foot.
Oh, that's an unkind bend to the ball by Forbes. Got in. Look at the control. Then the little half volley. And just puts it over top the goal. So close. Goes back to that half yard we were talking about. Sometimes it's a half yard over the post.
Samparani directing traffic. You see those eyes? That's a man that knows the situation as well. And as you could say earlier, you could feel that vibe. You could see it in Samparani's eyes. Everybody knows the score, and everybody, more importantly, knows the table.
I'll tell you something. Samparani, he is an intense coach. He's a coach that'll fall on his sword. He's a coach that will take accountability when he thinks that he's done something that could be better. But he's someone that wants to win. And more importantly, he is someone who wants to win for the badge. Oh, what a great physical play to not allow the dispossession. Great job to keep the ball.
Kenna White was the target. Paige Eli.
Go get that.
Kenna White will chase after it. Yakima will play it away. DCFC out there right now, John, running at a breakneck pace.
Well, and that's what they have to do. And it goes back to what we talked about in the open, Neil. City in the first 6-10 minutes of the first half of their last 3 home matches hasn't had that go-to, that get to it. They've got it here. They've picked up the pace. They've picked up the intensity. They've moved the line forward. They're trying to condense the field. They're taking some chances, yes. But you have to do that because Midwest United's position in the game right now is they have the lead. City have to score. It's a pretty nifty bit of control there to keep it for Maya Dean.
And yes, this is a totally different look from Midwest United FC here in the second half. They're conceding space and real estate to work with.
And by the way, how about Mami Yamaguchi running for 52 minutes so far and not showing any signs of wanting to come off?
City trying to build up again. Ball winged out to the right side. Service towards the frame. Not a lot of movement on that shot from Forbes. Melanie Forbes, she's not bashful, John.
No, she's trying to make something happen. I would have liked to see her pick up the ball, or pick up her head and deliver it across the box. There were 3 players waiting. Would have been tough for Midwest United to defend, but I can't blame her for wanting to have a go on goal.
Here come Midwest United on the attack again. Curry this time foiled, at least temporarily. Here's Corby trying to turn with it.
This is a dangerous moment here. Throw in up the pitch for Midwest United. Can't let them continue with sustained possession.
And that ball's free, and the shot will just trickle over the line and into the back of the net. It's a 2-0 lead for Midwest United. It wasn't the prettiest thing in the world, but it was just enough. And they have a big 2-0 lead.
Oh, look at the eyes of Shriver. She is not happy with herself in the situation. She believes it should have been offside. Be an interesting look on that. And Shriver is just not happy at all. High bounce, control, little scuffed shot. She wants that back.
Eliotto now with the brace. And John, we talked about it. She was one of the best goal scorers in the nation in the U16 and the U17 USA Developmental Academy. And John, that's the mark of a goal scorer, though, right? You don't always strike every one of them true. It's just when you're a big-time goal scorer, you happen to find goals sometimes.
And you know what? You put it on frame and things happen.
Well,
she didn't strike it truly, but she put it on frame, and Shriver made a mistake. Wasn't in the best position. Couldn't keep it out.
SEC better watch out next year when she goes to Mississippi State. She'll be a problem.
Now City have to take even more chances.
And here comes Otto again. Taking on the keeper. 3-0. Otto with a hat trick. And it's stunned silence here at Keyworth.
Neil, that's just a flat defensive breakdown. Possession and Otto just going, nobody going with her. And a just flat letdown for City. There's no other way to say it. They win possession. Otto comes in on goal. Through ball, nobody there. Otto's played onside by a player out on the wing. And she doesn't miss those.
No, she knew exactly where she was going with that. About 25 yards out. Eliotto with a hat trick here against Detroit City FC in 55 minutes of work. And John, I'll tell you what the most telling thing about all that is. You looked at Lewis Robinson, you looked at that Midwest United FC bench, and there were no exuberant celebrations, there were no hands to the ear or anything like that. It was business for Midwest.
Now they're trying to do the business.
Yeah.
This is a club trying to go out and win a national championship. And from what I've seen tonight, they will be a contender so to do.
They have the tools, there's no doubt about it.
You know, Lewis Robinson, and I'll say this, you know, we didn't have a chance to speak with him this week, but he was ready to speak with us and send over information. You can always tell about a club and how they do the business by how they treat opponents. And he knew the importance of us in this broadcast and wanted to pay that credence. And he's here to do the business.
Ball sent into the 18, it's played out.
Now it becomes tough for City because they got to take chances, and that's going to leave them even more vulnerable at the back.
But as I always like to say, John, there's no difference between 4-0 and 3-0.
Nope.
Because you can't get back into it without one. So the hill is very tall and very steep for Detroit City FC to climb. There is 34 plus minutes remaining. Midwest United FC with continued possession. And there's another shot that goes just wide. And I'll tell you what, Avery Lockwood was unattended to on the right side. You see it right there in your screen.
Yeah, she didn't miss by much, let me tell you.
Eliotto continues to do damage.
That through ball on through, and Otto was played onside by the defender out on the wing. The back line was not in good shape. She just absolutely beat the offside trap, and she just scampered in on goal. That's a striker's finish.
The next 9 minutes is brought to you by DTE. No matter where you are in your energy efficiency journey, DTE can help you score savings. Learn more at DTEenergy.com/save energy.
Here they come again, Neil.
Ball sent in again, and a big-time stop made by Shriver.
What a save by Gabby Shriver. Wow. Goes perpendicular to the ground to paw it away. That's a keeper with an awful lot of pride, I'll tell you, Neil. She was disgusted with some of the goals. You can tell she's got a lot of swagger about her. And that's an all-world save.
Corner sent in, it's short. It makes its way through. Half volley sent over top of the frame. We take another look.
A lot of shooting space, puts it on frame, and look at Shriver just go get that.
Boy, Curry thought she had one there.
Yep, and she struck it true. And look at the hand by Shriver to guide it past the post. Tough reach. You know, Neil, I've been struggling to define why what we're seeing is what we're seeing. And what I come up with on the hour mark is that the difference, you know, we've talked about half a yard off and all that thing. The difference, I think, is what it boils down to is City are playing like a collection of players. Midwest United are playing like a team. They seem to move better. They seem to have a better read of each other. And there have been times when there's good moments from City, but there's also been times where there's been a pass through and City players don't seem to expect that the ball is coming to them. Like the rhythm isn't there. And I don't know if that's the high press and the challenging that Midwest United is doing on the ball and the pace that they have, but there have been moments tonight where City just looked disjointed. And it's cost them.
We will see a substitution for Detroit City FC. So Grace Philpotts will come out. Christina Torres will come in. Mami Yamaguchi nearly closed out on that one. Ball served back in again, but that whistle will go against Detroit City.
Torres, one of the collection of players who scored a goal against Muskegon, coming on to try to provide some attacking impetus.
There's Hannah Crum with the touch. City will break up that attack.
Look at the pressure by Midwest United. Just come in there and step that out.
And Bennett nearly got through with it. Now gets it back. Bennett wide on the right. Will curl it in. Coming through was Curry.
Good defensive play there. I think that was Yamaguchi. No, it was not Yamaguchi. That might have been Barron back there playing defense to knock that away. Or Zuge.
And John, we talked about goal scorers here tonight. Stitch Curry is just someone that's hungry to score. Doesn't care what the scenario is. Doesn't care about any of that. She just wants goals.
And she is a finisher. Look at this.
Ball touched through. That shot, another diving stop made by Gabby Shriver.
Wow, that is another outstanding save. Made the body big, got the hand up. She's been under pressure all night. She's made some pretty good saves.
Foils Hannah Crum's attempt.
Falling, two hands behind the ball, palms that away. Heck of a save by Shriver.
And Crum plays her college soccer at Aquinas. She had 17 goals with 3 hat tricks last year. Notice a theme developing. Ball sent in off the corner into the mixing bowl. It's still loose.
You know, and that theme, by the way, is club-wide for Lewis Robinson. I mean, take a look at the 18 that he brings in here today. Players from Indiana, players from Duke, players from some commit for Mississippi State.
4-time National All-Americans.
His recruitment engine is strong.
Cross sent in and coming off the line is Perez to make the grab. And there was a collision. It looked like a pass on the way in. It's Kenna White that's down for Detroit City FC. Paige Eli on the other side for Midwest United FC.
Just players fighting for the ball.
Paige Eli plays her college soccer at Davenport. She was honorable mention NAIA All-American during her time there. Played for the U17 and U19 national teams. Now the head coach at Davenport.
There's that theme again. And there's two players coming for the ball. Most physical non-contact sport in the world.
I always laugh at that. Bree Rogers through the middle. Here's Yamaguchi making a move. Slides it ahead. Kenna White stepping through. Kenna White, and the stop is made. Ball is loose and sent over top of the frame, I believe, by Aaliyah Frederick.
Midwest United did a good job of forcing Kenna White wide. She wanted to come in and try to go at goal. And the first part here, the first thing that Midwest United did right was force her wide, had to take that extra step. She wanted to turn in and go for goal, turned it into service, and City just couldn't connect. Almost again in a string of almosts.
Bree Rogers looks for Frederick, and it's just out of her reach.
It's an artificial turf ball there, Neil. Puts the ball up. There's no check in the artificial turf. We've seen a lot of those tonight. Sam Pirani extolling his team to try and move forward.
Substitutions will be coming on.
The roar we are hearing, by the way, down below us, is that Megan Miles' team is in the house. And guess who's coming into the match for City? Coach is coming on the pitch. And the Megan Miles fan club, the DCFC U9 team that we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, is giving Coach a hero's reception in front of us at the pitch. As
Absolutely.
Megan Miles comes on.
A big smile on the face of Megan Miles.
All of those players gravitated over to the substitution spot with Megan Miles signs.
There they are.
That's what makes this club so special, Neil.
Those must have been strikers for the team, because they knew exactly where the camera was. Here comes Kenna White.
Look at how she's forced wide again, Neil. They're not allowing her to turn toward goal.
Miles a service in, looking for Yamaguchi. It's headed away, and Perez will make the grab. Macy Waringa came in for Midwest United FC, the Oakland Golden Grizzly. And there they are again. That guy right there on the right's a striker. There's no question about it.
He wants to finish. Absolutely.
Yeah. And he knows where the camera is.
Score the goal and come over, kiss the camera like the players in the Euros.
Here's Kenna White.
Look at, she's forced wide again. That defender on the wing with Kenna is not allowing her to turn toward goal at all.
That shot goes in. You know what else that does? That neutralizes Yamaguchi on that right side.
Yep, because you can't turn and provide service. They have just, the game plan against Kenna White is force her wide, force her wide, force her wide. And it's worked for most of the evening.
Throw-in coming up now for City.
One of the signs from the youth team I just saw, we're here for our coach. If that doesn't tell you about the impact Megan Miles has had on those young players' lives, I don't know what does. And a booking there.
Paige Eli, the guilty party.
You know, that, Neil, that warms my heart. I'll tell you what. Those are under 9-year-old kids that want to come out and support their coach.
Free kick coming up. Zugay curls it towards the back post, and Perez times her jump perfectly and makes a grab.
Really good, confident catch there.
I think Perez has been very good here tonight. She's made the big stops when she's had to. As you said, John, maybe the biggest impact she's had on this match, in my opinion as well, just the confidence she's played with.
Yep.
It's a mindset with this Midwest United FC team. That's the constant that I've seen out there.
Yeah, they come in with swagger.
They do.
It's not about showboating. Business isn't done yet. Business will be done when they lift a trophy. That's the atmosphere. That's the attitude they carry in.
And it's not cockiness. It's swagger. And there's a difference between the two.
You know, I always tell students I work with there's a fine line between confident and cocky.
Right.
Well, this is confident.
Here comes City.
And look at already. That's a nice turn in. Here's an opportunity.
And that shot let go. Perez will make the grab as Torres got some good contact with it. Just not a lot of angle to it.
Well, here's the thing. First off, she's a ways off a goal. Second off, Neil, that's a frustration shot.
Right.
That's an unscreened shot that you are leaning back to take from outside the 18. Okay?
And you can't really get on top of it to provide any kind of curvature.
And for the record, her defender had been beaten. She had turned it inside the defender. The defender had at least three or four strides here. So watch, she turns her defender. Look at all the space she has. Pick up your head. She's in 5 yards of space, and she took an unscreened lash at goal. Okay, leaning back to take that shot. If she picks up her head, she'll see three runners.
Right.
Take a stride in toward goal. Make the keeper come toward you. Chip it to the side. Do something. But an 18-yard unscreened lash isn't going to do the business.
If you ever do a soccer podcast, John, it needs to be called Three Runners. I think that's the name for it.
The Three Runners podcast. Here's one.
And that ball sent in. Torres this time will strike. And hold the phone, everybody. It's 3-1 here in the 71st minute.
Neil, the Detroit City faithful would tell you that opponents in this building have blown 3-0 leads before. It has happened. If somebody does a windmill goal celebration, this place would go nuts. Here now, a beautiful strike by Torres. A nice job to come in, and she knew where she was going with it. The keeper came late, put herself into the kind of no players land zone, and there's one in the back of the net, and there's the smoke we've been waiting to see.
And Sarah Hughie into the match as well, so she's coming in with energy, and it's a smoke party right now. Christina Torres gives everybody in Keyworth some life.
Got to keep the pressure on.
And John, I was surprised to see Midwest United FC in the moments leading up to that goal. That's not the first time that City's found some joy on that left side and created some opportunity. There were some gaps.
Well, you talked about it in the first half. The City hadn't used the left a whole lot. Well, they've started to use the left here, and it's gotten them some success. That's a great cutout. This is better from City defensively, and a nice transition defense to attack. The pass before the defenders can close. And again, City trying that left-hand side.
Here comes Corby up the right side.
And you know who was back to keep Corby wide? Forbes. Coming back from a forward spot to try to help defensively on that turnover. Got a smoke haze here coming across the pitch.
City looking to try the left side one more time. Here's Torres.
Good ball.
Duncan on the end of it.
Nice step over.
City, everyone moving up. Service into the box, run at the back post, and that's headed away. Phil Potts has it, that goes through, and it's struck home by Kenna White.
That's 2.
Don't go anywhere, everyone. 3-2.
I told you 3-0 leads in this building are not safe, Neil. This is the City team we've been waiting to see for the last 3 matches. Right here. This kind of cohesive ball movement.
So Kenna White gets on the score sheet.
And here comes Marley Taylor. She's got some late game heroics on her resume as she comes in for Bree Rogers, who has run her race. What a great finish. And now the pressure is on Midwest United. Could history repeat itself? There's a turnover.
Torres tried to step through with it, and she will get it back. Torres still has it. And now those gaps have been filled by the Midwest midfield.
They got a back 5 right now. Go down the left again. Use the left.
Some space in the middle. Zugay with it.
There it is.
That ball sent over the line. This portion of tonight's Watch City broadcast brought to you by Stroh's. Dependably Detroit since 1850.
If City can get an equalizer here, some Stroh's will be popped.
Corby makes a turn with it. 4 defenders back, and Corby will give one a lash. Shriver able to grab that.
Even Shriver playing with a sense of urgency right now. Had the ball in her hand, wanted to go upfield with it, didn't see an avenue, so just played it out from the back. But City moving with a much better intensity right now. Much more intent on the passes, better shape.
Direct ball sent up ahead. Frederick on the run. Can she track it down? It's poked away, but she will win the throw in the final third.
It's as if the smoke coming across the pitch has somehow stripped away some of the insecurity that we saw on the ball earlier.
Eli will volley that one out. That ball slotted up towards that right side. Here comes Hannah Crum.
Nice physical challenge to force Crum wide. Look at how they forced Crum all the way wide. No service, couldn't turn her body. That's a great defensive move, and it's going to force a goal or result in a goal kick to move it upfield again. That's a heck of a job to close down a very pacey player on the ball.
If you stepped away for a couple moments and you're just coming back, that graphic up in the upper left-hand part of your screen is correct. Detroit City with 2 goals inside of 3 minutes of each other. Right back in this match. And the juice is flowing once again here at Keyworth.
Acres of space on the left here, Neil.
Duncan curls it in there. Zugay with it. Toe poked towards the middle. There was Marley Taylor, had it for a second. Frederick. Zugay again. Moves up the left side, still with it. Zugay lets the shot go, not a ton on it. As Perez will go down to the turf to collect it. 78th minute.
Neil, there's a buzz in this stadium right now. You can feel it. I have the goosebumps there. This crowd is ready to go absolutely apoplectic.
Oh, and Kenna White challenged the goal kick, and this will be a throw for City.
Fearless play there from Kenna. Come out and force a mistake. A nice win of the ball.
Making a run, but unable to catch up to it is Hughie.
How about Sarah Hughie coming on, bringing some of that fire, just running at people.
Rowan coming up for Midwest United FC as their pace has slowed just a bit. Staggered from these 2 quick goals by Detroit City. I'll tell you what else, John. How about the effort from the DCFC Youth West U9 Girls Maroon team, too? When their coach came into the match, everything changed.
You know what? They became the 12th player tonight.
They did. They've done a great job.
Sometimes it's just a reminder that you have people out here cheering for you. You know, that kind of, it can kind of wake you up, and just the Northern Guard, it can become a cadence, but all of a sudden there are 12 8-year-olds that are out there living and dying with every moment.
There they are.
There's one young lady that has not put her hands below her head all night. Got a sign up there. And the world, come heck or high water, the world is going to see that sign.
Well done, guys. You flipped the script in this match.
Look out. Ooh, nice job to come up and challenge that. Almost a very dangerous turnover.
4 along the back right now for Midwest United FC, which quickly will morph into 5 along the back. They're trying to hold down the fort. Stepping up and coming in, making a move wide on the right side is Bennett.
And then Torres draws the foul, and I think we're going to have a booking for Midwest United.
And Bennett will go in the books. Here's another look at it.
Yep, a little grab of the shirt there. That's a ready-made booking.
I would call that a rather large grab of the shirt.
Yes. Wanted to test the stretchability of the Adidas fabric.
Kenna White.
Acres of space here on the right. I'll tell you what, Paige Eli out there on the left has been absolutely owned for the last 20 minutes. Better physical play without the ball there for City. Forcing that back. Midwest United wanted to go forward. City had none of it.
That ball came up here by the broadcast location.
This may be, Neil, of all the time that we've seen Midwest United, or rather Detroit City FC play this season, this may be the best sustained 15 minutes. You saw the Keyworth press box there in our shot.
Kenna White the target again.
Onside.
Midwest racing to get back.
Send it in.
And City will win the possession.
Megan Miles had the ball for a minute, and the reason I knew that is because there was a sustained cheer on this side of the field. So close there as it bounces out of play.
Maya Dean tried to turn with it. Midwest will reverse the pitch.
City also pretty fortunate that as of yet, Midwest United have not started the clock management tactics that we are used to seeing teams with leads employ here at Keyworth. They've pretty much
certainly
played
that we saw last week, without a doubt.
What, you mean checking the seams in the ball in the first half by Corktown wasn't, that's not part of the game? I'm sorry.
City with the possession. Megan Miles played it ahead. Kenna White will pressure again. Perez bangs it out towards the midfield line.
Good win of the ball in the air there, but no secondary possession. That's the thing. You got to be in a position to win that aerial ball.
There's some space now for Midwest United. As Labadie had it, sent it across. Goal kick upcoming. And Gabby Schreiber Now City with it. Let's get you tonight's attendance brought to you by Rip It Energy Drink. 3,376 in the house at Keyworth on a Saturday night.
The numbers keep going up, Neil, as we get back toward full capacity here at Keyworth Stadium. Won't you join us? DebtCityFC.com. 2 men's matches coming up. Of course, the NISA Championship on July 3rd, and a week from tonight against Chattanooga FC here at Keyworth. Come on out and join us.
And that
is a person with their
priorities.
That is a section with its priorities right there.
Can confirm. Substitution as Anna Bennett comes out. And there is the next men's game, Chattanooga FC. Next Saturday, 7:30 kick. Look, if you're just a general sports fan in Detroit and you haven't been out here yet, come on out here. Even if you don't know anything about soccer, just trust me on this one. If you like to eat, come out here. If you like a little bit of the libation, a little bit of the sacrament, come on out here. This will be the only church you need.
The sacrament? What is it? Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been a week since I've had a beer at Keyworth.
That's right, yeah. All the adult beverages you could ask for. Here's City with it. Rachel Philpotts. Ball sent across, confidently headed away by Olivia Albert, who just came in. Albert from East Lansing High School is committed to Indiana University. Here comes City one more time. Taylor. Kenna White.
Shoot it. The lane closed down there. Had a minute. Took too long over the ball.
Now City will go backwards with it. 86th minute. Service up towards Kenna White. Runs free, stepping up, shot deflected. Torres giving it a run. And the foul will be called. No, it'll be a corner.
Oh, wow, that's an interesting. I thought maybe that had gone off of Torres for a goal kick. City will take that.
So run up before they change their mind.
It's like when I hit the wedge up to the green and it's on the side of a hill. I'm going to run up there and mark that, please.
So here we go.
Back post header is going to be a good option here. Lots of options.
Corner towards the back post, and coming off the line and making the grab was Perez. She's been right every single time.
You know what? And when you are a keeper, that is basically like a receiver going across the middle. When you stretch your hands up there to make that catch, you are asking for punishment. And she took it.
Macy Waringa will let that shot go. It skips up towards Shriver, who makes the grab. And how about this confidence? Maya Perez coming off the line. She knew where she was going, and she knew what her objective was.
And she took the hit.
She paid the price.
Came up, took the hit, made the catch. City with a foul here. Or a free kick here, I should say. I think we might have some blood.
Megan Miles, quick visit to the trainer. As the smoke is let go, the Juneteenth smoke in the Northern Guard supporters section here in the 88th minute, as is tradition.
Nice move. Oh, and an even better cutout. That's a heck of a play by Grace Labadie. It's a reverse possession.
Forbes turned away. Dean to the left side, Hannah Crum. Crum 1v1 against Frederick. Frederick wins that battle, but does concede a corner. And now Midwest United FC, I think, will check their assignments and decide who is going to take it.
Take that deliberate walk over to the corner. Check the seams on the ball. Make sure it's exactly placed right.
Corby serves the corner. It's over top of everyone. And over the line. A good effort out of Wolves to try to keep it in play. Midwest United FC about 19 minutes ago led this match 3-0. And a lot has changed since then.
Through the smoke, City come forward.
A miscommunication. Perez will pick it up.
Neil, next time you and I will be on the air will be July 10th here at Keyworth. Check your local listings. It'll be a rekindling of the old rivalry. Speaking of blowing 3-0 leads, Lansing United comes into town. And we can't see a thing up here, and that's the way we love it right now. City through the smoke.
We can still see the goal, however. That service goes in. Stepping up and stepping through is Duncan. Duncan sends it into the box. Popped up in the air. City gets it back.
Keep possession.
Right-footed shot towards the corner is just wide for Melanie Forbes. She made a bid to level this match in stoppage time.
She went for it. That's a heck of a strike by Forbes. See how many minutes of stoppage time we'll have.
Ariana Garcia will come into the match.
Forbes with a heck of a strike. Garcia's still not in. The referee didn't see the fourth official's flag through the smoke.
So there will be 3 minutes of stoppage time. Everything on the line for City. There's a turnover. Waringa looks to make a move, and she's run down from behind. So City still alive. Ball along the far touchline, and I just don't have a lot for you. I know somebody's battling for it over there. Midwest United comes away with it. That shot is deflected.
First minute of stoppage time done.
Shot blocked again. Melanie Forbes turns with it. Marley Taylor. City still with some time to make another run at this.
Too far on the pass.
And away with the pressure. Perez booms it down the pitch.
That's an anywhere but here clearance.
Ball slotted through. Torres gets on the end of it. Collects it. Her cross driven in. And this will be a corner now for City. Everybody moving forward.
Neil, how magical would this be? It's going to be the last kick of the game.
Shriver, the keeper, jumps up towards the 18. We will get a substitution for Midwest United first. As we said, Ariana Garcia will come in. Shriver up inside the 18. Everybody forward. Garcia takes her spot. Here we go. Ball sent towards the frame. It's headed off the post. And it's over the line.
We've got another corner, though, Neil. He's going to allow another corner. That close off the post.
So let's do it one more time. Corner again, driven through the keeper's hands. It's loose, pop back up, cleared out, half volley, struck wide. Loose in front and cleared out. And the final whistle sounds. What a finish here at Keyworth. And Detroit City FC threw everything they had at Midwest United FC, but will come up 3-2 short. What a match tonight here at Keyworth.
The last 25 minutes, Neil, from Detroit City, I think their best play of this season, and that includes the win over Muskegon Risers. They woke up, found their soccer soul, and almost secured a point tonight on what would have been a legendary evening for the women's side at Keyworth. They did everything they could in the last 25 minutes and just came up one post short.
I'll tell you what, John, this was a side. They were down 3-0. They were basically dead in the water. And as you said, search their soul. And nearly, maybe unlucky, to not come away with a draw here tonight. Let's check out tonight's save of the match presented by Ally. Start saving for what matters to you at ally.com. And Gabby Shriver, this was earlier in the first half. And little did we know at the time how big this stop would be. This kept City alive in this match.
And that was an all-world save by Shriver to deny Stitch Curry, because Stitch Curry placed it very well and goes vertical to make the save. A deserving winner. And I love the way she played tonight. She is going to challenge Becca Prisbello for the keepership here at City, because she did so well this evening.
What a thrilling match here at Keyworth. Detroit City FC falls 3-2. We'll take a break, come back, put the finishing touches on this broadcast in a thrilling match here tonight. This is UWS Soccer, brought to you by Google 5.
Football is a big deal in this house. So when Maurice was injured, we immediately thought the worst. To see my baby lose his joy.
So John, we're not doing...
The DMC, Rehabilitation Institute of Michigan, is here to help athletes get back in the game.
They're like family. It was a long road, but we made it back.
DMC, Rehabilitation Institute of Michigan, a community built on care.
Goodbye and the spam calls. Hello to a phone plan with built-in spam blocking. See you later, networks that are unsafe. Hello, built-in VPN. Now the networks I join are private. So long, hackers and trackers finding my personal information. Hello to a phone plan that keeps me safe and secure. Goodbye, everything you can't. Hello, Google Fi, a phone plan that can.
Night, Sarah. Drive safe. Bye, baby. Bye.
Drive safe.
Okay.
You guys ready?
Drive safe.
We all say it. Chevy can help you do it. With Chevy Safety Assist Standard on the new Equinox and Trailblazer, part of the Chevy family of SUVs.
Find your perfect Chevy. GM employees with a current eligible Chevy lease can get this Equinox for $189 a month. Chevrolet, the best-selling family of SUVs in Metro Detroit. Chevy drives the Motor City. Visit ChevyDetroit.com.
The highways and the throughways try to map you, baby. I got your back.
To the rest of the world, Detroit is where they build cars. But to your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers and everyone who proudly call themselves Detroiters, it goes way beyond that.
I got your back.
Detroit may be known for building cars, but together, we all built Detroit.
We are one when we get going.
Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City.
Detroit City FC Soccer is presented by Google Fi, a different kind of phone plan. By your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Chevy drives the Motor City. And by Ally. Start saving for what matters to you at ally.com. (3-2) Midwest United FC escapes with the win over DCFC here at Keyworth. Midwest United FC had a 3-0 lead. With about 20 minutes left to play, City came storming back and very nearly equalized this match. Let's check out our Woman of the Match, presented by Google Fi. And John, I think a great choice here in Cristina Torres because, as I said earlier, this was a Detroit City team that was basically dead in the water. Torres breathed a whole bunch of life into this side, and they very nearly got out of here with a draw.
Well, she got the first goal, but also I think more importantly, since she came on as a sub, she created attacking impetus down the left and absolutely exposed the Paige Eli for Midwest United, and that created the chance to come back trying to get a draw.
Let's check out our full-time highlights. And Midwest United FC really got off to a great start, and it was the Eliotto show. She would go on to score 3 goals in the match. But, John, she's been a big-time goal scorer at every youth level. She's going to Mississippi State in the SEC next year to play collegiate soccer, and you can see why after tonight.
Quality goal scorer, deserved the hat trick. I think the second one, Gabby Stryber would like to have back, but there was nothing she could do about this third one for the hat trick. You saw exactly where she wanted to go with the ball, and she didn't miss. The best part about her is she kept testing the defenders, kept beating the offside trap, and then this, the Ally save of the match, really was one of the turning tides. It denied Stitch Curry. 4 would have been, put things to bed, and I don't think we get close to where we were at the end. And then, of course, Torres comes on, gets the first. You said don't go anywhere. Why? Because 3 minutes later, the tap in by Kenna White in the right place at the right time. And then at the end, boy, I'll tell you what, Detroit City FC, a chance with a final corner, 1 post away, the unkindest bounce of all. And I think, honestly, Neil, to put it out there, I think Detroit City is unlucky, and it is an unfair result for them not to have a draw tonight the way they played in the final third of this match. They came out there. The hat trick was there first, but in the last third of this match, I think Detroit City absolutely owned possession. They owned the attacking impetus. Midwest United sat back, and City exposed them. If they do more of that, the return fixture out on the west side of the state will be a key one.
And certainly all eyes will be on that match as Detroit City FC coming down the stretch of the season. Some work to do to try to lock up a playoff spot, but it was a good time here at Keyworth tonight. So for our entire crew, my name is Neil Rohr, reminding you one final time, Midwest United FC escapes with a 3-2 win over DCFC at historic Keyworth Stadium. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Well, see you later.